couldn't agree more, and that's why Kurt Giles I owe a lot to, because right away he brought me on board with Edina, and it's just been for me it's been a lifesaver. It fills that void of what you're going to do, and just like you said, we're hockey nuts. This is what we know how to do, and we're used to being part of a team, and it's pretty special coaching now. It's a different chapter, but I'm grateful to be still in the game.
Yeah, most players, they go through their life as a player, and there's a lot of injuries and so on, but when MS, multiple sclerosis, hit you, I mean, it was something out of the blue that you're not prepared for. With a broken leg or ankle or Achilles tendon or whatever it may be, you can deal with that, but it's a little more difficult when you don't have much control over what's happening.
Oh, you're 100%, and I think that was probably the most challenging thing, is not having like a playbook of what to do. You tear your knee, and you kind of know the steps that have to come with that. When you're kind of breaking a barrier and nobody's been through it, you don't really know what that playbook is, so you're kind of just taking the punches as they come, and I think that was probably the most challenging thing that I had to go through is trying all these new medications and seeing which ones work, see which ones doesn't, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but again, it was really challenging, but I'm happy to be where I'm at. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm happy to have more time with the kids and start the next chapter with coaching.
Yeah, there's a lot of negatives there, but there's a lot of positives also. You get a chance to spend all those, going to the dance recitals, going to the hockey games, going to the movies together. But as a player, you probably didn't have that much of a chance to do that as a player. I know what it was like all the years that I was involved.
100%. And again, that's kind of what I'm making sure that I don't take for granted is how much I am around, and just like you said, I have a 12-year-old daughter named Paisley who's my dancer, and I get to watch her recitals and her competitions, and my boys, the oldest is Tal, and I got to see him play in the state tournament last year for Orono, and my little guy, he's busy with flag football, soccer, baseball, everything. He's a great athlete, and it's just fun to be a part of it and coach a little bit of it, and really taking in that time, especially family time.
What do you remember most about playing here in Minnesota?
Oh man, I think the fans, the team, you'll always remember your teammates, and that's probably what comes to my mind first. I miss probably the most is being in that locker room competing with the boys. But you look around, the crowd, the fans, the city. We still live here, and it's for the right reason. It's a great spot to raise your kids and have them grow up, and I'm thankful that I got drafted here. I'm happy that I stayed here my whole career, and we're definitely not going anywhere. We love it here.
Yeah, it's interesting also as a goaltender. There's only two goaltenders on a team. Usually that's the case anyway, but the competition from within has got to be hard because both goaltenders want to play, but only one can play, and it depends how you're playing whether you're going to play or not.
Yep, yeah, we call it healthy competition, and for most of my career I was with Backy, and it's just unbelievable seeing them here, reliving a couple stories, and we always kind of understood each other, and we both had our little quirks that we did on game days and stuff, and for me, I'm proud to say that I played with him and every other goalie with Manny, and it's again, there's only one net, and whenever it's not yours, be as good of a teammate as you can, but just like everybody, you want to be part of it.
I look at Marc-Andre Fleury and all the years of success he has had over the years and how good he was with the people, but boy, when it came to game day, it's all business, and it was the same way when you played.
Yeah, it's you work hard, and a lot goes into it, behind the scenes, and you don't want to let anything slip, and it's kind of like everything. If you do something one time and it works, you probably are going to do it again, and we're creatures of habit, and so again, just like you said, Flower was one of the biggest competitors game days, and same with Backy, same with myself, and you just have to be dialed in on game days.
You mentioned Nicholas Baxter, of course, now the goaltending coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, moved his family from Finland over to the Columbus area, says he loves it here, and what do you remember about him as a competitor?
Man, I have the utmost respect for Backy. I think when, if I could say one or two things, I think how hard he worked at his craft, was one of the things that I really took from him. And, every practice, he was one of the first guys out, one of the last guys to leave. The way that he came into the league, being an older guy and came to make his way through through the league as being one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. And, it's really special to be able to play with a guy like that. And, he's a little older than me, and it was good for me to see that side of it and see how competitive he was and how serious he took his job. And, I think it helped me in my career.
Yeah, Josh Harding, our guest up here, being introduced today with Devin Dubnyk and Nicholas Backstrom. And when you look at games, are there certain games you'd rather play, teams you'd rather play against, and other teams you have more success with?
Yeah. The funny thing is, there's some that somehow you can see it out there, whether it be the building, whether it be just the team that you're playing, or the mojo you have against that team. But it's and there's definitely some on the flip side of there where you know that it's going to be a long night. And I think Chicago there for a while, and Detroit, I felt like I played them a lot, and they had our number for a while. So every game's a new game. You take it like that, but there's definitely some that probably, if you look at the stats, you're probably dominant against some, and some you struggle against.
About 30 seconds ago here, Josh. A lot of chirping going on between the goaltender and the opposition.
Yeah, down there, all gloves are off down there. You know a lot of these guys from different teams that you played against them too, so there's a lot of friendships out there, and a little chirp here and there never hurt anybody.
Well, congratulations on your career, and also the fact that now you're a coach. Now you get to teach.
You bet. It's a special thing, and I love the kids that I do, and looking forward to another good year.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Josh, for stopping by.
Appreciate
Josh Harding, I guess here. Kevin, let's go back to you.
Thanks, Josh, and hopefully you and Kurt Giles can take it easy on St. Louis Park when Edina and the Orioles face off this year. We'll hold you to that, okay?
Yeah, I appreciate that, bud.
There he is, former Wild goaltender Josh Harding. Looks like $1 million for joining us. We'll get him a gift certificate down to Tom Reid's Hockey City Pub. Wild lead the Predators 1-0 after one. Full recap is next. This is Wild Hockey presented by Grand Casino.
From highways to skyscrapers, from pipelines to wind farms.